Oh, that was a countdown. I think that was hidden. Okay.
I consider by the text, so well, that's the rig we have every time we play a new countdown. We don't know how it will come out. Hello, Peter. How are
Hello,
you?
everybody. Hello, just hi, Enrique. Hello, I'm at my side right now. I'm just calling from Warsaw today, so that's great to have you. Thank you for pinging me and checking what are the status and where we are and when we will be going.
Mhm.
So you will get the very soon all of the details. We will be closing the season, so you will see all of the details. So thanks for being today with us, guys. I really appreciate to have you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, so we are here back again. As Peter just said, we're gonna close the season soon. So you guys need this time to catch up, and we're gonna keep presenting some interviews. There's a few more to go, and today we are presenting the one we had with Daniel. Let me just slow down a bit the music, and we put ourselves serious to do this presentation, right? Now, so we're gonna talk with Daniel Gañán, Venezuelan born, but he's working in Germany as an architect and being coordinator, and we were discussing many different topics. In this interview, mostly about his experience and how BIM get into his job and how he's been useful. We are seeing this profile very often, like these people they cannot see themselves doing their work without BIM anymore, right? So let's take a look at the first clip we prepared for today. We start right away commenting after. So first of all, I'm going to talk about something that Peter likes a lot. It's BIM
Yeah, the
implementation.
money, the 1 million.
Uh,
Just give me a million.
Guys, you should check the interview because in less than 10 minutes of interview, Peter just stopped Daniel and said, Daniel, okay, but BIM is very expensive. People told me I need to invest more than 1 million euros. So how it is? So Daniel was forced to ask this question at the beginning of the interview.
I know. 1 million. Right now, I'm just getting the numbers.
The
Okay,
number.
go for it.
Fantastic. Let's take a look at the clip and we comment right after.
Yeah, go for it.
The guy said, "We will do the beam only for the projects which are bigger than 1 million uh, euros, 1 million euros," which is great approach, right? That's of course, but it means that all of the others, they're saying they outside of all of the digital flows and markets, and that's exactly where you can just get a lot of money, right? Because the smaller projects you will have just the same economies, etc. So I was just a little bit puzzled. I didn't know why he just said 1 million. Maybe that was arbitrary, but he said it's very expensive. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think I understand that for a big company, it's a big investment also for a small studio. No, I thought in a small architectural studio, no, and to just think about invest now in BIM in different software and the to to provide the workers the techniques and the tools and so on, and that is is a lot of money. But the good thing, so my opinion is you can start with a small thing, not like I when I was implemented BIM, I always said the same. You can start with a pilot project, very small as possible, with a pioneer team. So many small people, a small team, uh, small resources as you can, but with the long time that you can, no? The more time that you can provide it to this project. That's for me is the ideal, because you can test, no, the process in your office, and with that you can scale when you uh, test, no, this process and for sure make the fixes and so on. You can scale to biggest to another project to a biggest company, but it's an scalable process, an scalable method, no? And of course there are a lot of many sides of in BIM system. BIM is not a software. BIM is a method, is a system, is many things, no? And you don't need only a 3D model to make BIM. You don't need to know Revit or Allplan or ArchiCAD to
Correct.
make
Little to
BIM,
be.
no? You don't need it. You can work with Excel and make BIM. That's it. And so that is my opinion.
With extra some drawing from with extra.
I'm still thinking about the 1 million, you know.
This is something what Daniel said is something that we already repeat out of time, and I'm very happy we have a guest this season because it's not only myself saying it about the pilot projects, the aspiring team, small size, and then scale it up. This is the way to face a big investment, not only in BIM, in life, in any kind of business. No, you don't just change everything and put upside down when you make a big investment. You just do it slowly with a couple of licenses, a small team, and slowly you grow up. And that's the way also Daniel shows the implementation through his professional life and on his companies.
But Enrique, one comment on my side. I'm just on the pilot projects. You know, this is what I call it, the problem of the eternal POC, right? The eternal proof of concepts. So eternal small projects which you launch it and you stay with the small project because you have no authority to go higher. So I hear what you're saying, but you still need to have the plan to go for the whole cycle. And if you fail, you fail. But it need to go into the whole life cycle of the project.
Yeah. So we say we bet for BIM, we need to bet for BIM and go until the end. Don't at the beginning, don't looking at the results, just going, okay, I'm gonna finish this project, this stage, and then we evaluate. Okay.
So just for the people because we see the people on the YouTube, we see the people on the LinkedIn. So just if you have any questions, you can chat it. We cannot respond. I don't know why, but we cannot respond it really on this platform. We can just only tell that you just chatted, etc. So just feel free, say from where you are coming, etc. Welcome to our chat. Thank you for being with us. And let's go for the second video, right?
Let's go for the second video. We're going to talk just a quickly introduction, the office side gap. No? This is the big difference between the work we do in the office, the white collars, and the work that happens on the side, the blue collars. No? So how to close that? And Daniel says, as many other of our guests, this is proper education and everyone making aware of the technology will close that gap. So let's take a look at what he says, and then afterwards we do our comments.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, you found a gap between the project part of the design part and the construction side. And for that was my motivation to go into the BIM world. For me, the best strategy is education. So at all levels. BIM must be known from the technician to the owner, to the sponsor. And everyone need to have an idea, of course, different levels, but to know the idea what is BIM, what means BIM, that is really, really important. Because if the sponsor, the owner of the company or a property or whatever don't know what are the advantage for BIM, don't need to invest in this technology or this system. Why? With CAD or with 2 drawings through 2D drawing is enough. But it's in our side to explain that. So come back to.
Yeah. Okay. No, I hear it. I hear it again. It's just, but this is coming from the educated people just to convince that we need to use a different way. So I really have a problem with this. So it's not about money. It's not about this, but it's just about the simplicity of the usage and how to help the people do the job. So I think I'm not really on this with Daniel. That's really my problem.
It's important what he said, and first of all, we have a comment here from Jose Antonio. So it's not about money; it's about the conviction in the benefits of BIM. Completely right. I agree with you, and this links with the education thing we are talking.
It's for me. It's about just I hear the benefits, but the benefits, if you have it, you can measure them, and the most valuable things to measure benefits is the money. If you save the time, it's a money. If you just make a bigger product, it's a money. And I'm really sorry. This is not me who invented this whole concept of dollars or euros or pounds. It's about the productivity. So yes, Jose Antonio, thank you very much for your comment, but for me, it's money. So
it's important. They said the conviction and the benefits what we were discussing before about the these pilot projects. And you need to have the conviction. Okay, I'm gonna go from this point to this point. I'm gonna center my focus, all my thoughts on do it in this way with the new methodology. And you need to be convinced of this. If you do it all the times complaining and checking out, okay, look at the CAD team or the 2D team, how is doing the thing still faster than us, you will get results. You need to be convinced. That's why I agree with us. You need to be convinced about that at the beginning. The money won't get here, but slowly you will get it. And of course, relating with the clip that we saw, this education or knowledge awareness of what is BIM in general and all the benefits from the whole stakeholders until the last end customer.
I am again becoming the.
You are very hard to convince, Peter. I can see I'm not going to make it happen this session.
Okay, let's go because we don't have too much time really.
Yeah.
So what are the third one? Because we talk about the small projects, we talk about the big investment. We're going to the to the Nordic. Okay.
We asked Daniel one question directly, saying like, we are not, or depending on Europe, the US, Scandinavia, and other countries outside Europe, like Singapore, they have the most developed level of BIM implementation. And what are we missing from them? What is the gap we have between them? Because we're talking about the gap between the office and the side, and what is the gap between the person, the people of the country who have the implemented the methodology farther than us. So let's take a look what he says, and then afterwards we give our opinions.
Okay, let's go.
And how do we need to see on these countries that you said are more developed, like the US or Scandinavia, the UK? What are we missing from them in terms of being like how talking with the topic we have in mind, like this office side gap? What is happening there that we still have not implemented? Or
for me, first of all, is time. Start before.
They start before.
That's it. So in US, start, I don't know, years before, and UK also, in the Scandinavian countries also. So and there are, I think it's important sometimes the government support,
Yeah.
but also the industry, the big suppliers, like Autodesk or Graphisoft or this big monster in the industry, in which we want to go on and but it's a mix. It's like every technology depend on, there are many factors than
But
So all the time.
Oh, it's just yes and no. Okay, because I hear it, and this is what we have also, just guys. So just you can connect to the whole video after that will be released after our chat today, so you can just go and check it. But there is some disconnect from my side in terms of the time. Of course, time is important, but the period of time is just when you're going through the whole cycle, it's shortening for the newcomers, right? So because the other people learn, and then you're shortening your adoption and implementation, etc., because you learn from their mistakes. So I hear that the Norway started and the US started, but we're supposed to be smarter than them, guys. I'm just we can go faster.
Yeah, all this process of learning they went through during the beginning years, we can skip it quicker, right? We're learning from them. So let's say we should arrive to our goal at the same time, because even they start before, they struggle more at the beginning because there were less references. Other countries now, apart from those top ones, we need to move faster. Fantastic. Well, Jose Antonio said, Peter, by the way, they say, yeah, of course, it's all about money. So to give you the medal there, okay? Of course, it's all about
money. It's not. No. I'm just exaggerating, guys. It's not only about the money, but yes, that in this case for the BIM Cafe, I am looking for money. Okay, so that's really, I want to stick to this, and I really would like just to have the hard facts. When we talk to the CEOs, to CXOs, and some people in the board of the companies, this is the first question what they're asking. You came here with your beautiful idea how to streamline, how to do faster, etc. How much I pay, how much I will get. It's just, that's about it. We can build all of the theories about it, but this is what they're asking us. So we need to answer them.
Exactly. Good. Let's move forward for the next clip. And this is something very interesting. We hear it at the beginning on the last episode with David Delgado as well. And it's a concept I like a lot, and I starting to see differently. Less is more in terms of how much information we want to provide. Before, with this boom of BIM objects, everyone want to put all the information there, and then we realize, hold on, we don't need all that now. We don't need that much. We need to overload those objects.
Less money is more money. Okay, I'm trying to think about it. Okay, not getting there, but okay, let's see it.
Let's take a look. Peter, you want to say something?
A BIM model is not a box, a container of all information inside. No, you need less is more. That's it.
Okay, but
I miss it sometimes when you create a model, and normally you try. There are a lot of information there, and you try to simplify this information, because it's a question of to understand and the information and to deliver also. You cannot. It's very complicated to send a huge, enormous data, file. For example, biggest file by email. It's better to compact it and filter. In this way, many manufacturers, for example, if you download a window, sometimes have a lot of information, very good, very detailed, but many times it's not necessary. And that is many times a problem. And at the end, many architectural studios, many companies create their own libraries of element, because it's a lot of information from this, from the manufacturer, and I don't need it in the end. Maybe I needed this information at the end of the process, in the construction site or something like that. But something very important in BIM is to, in this way, it's very important to structure have a structured method in the BIM process. You need, they are about the lot, the level of information and level of detail in a model. Every phase, every part of the stage of the process, need a different type of information, from less to more, and normally the manufacturer information is a lot. It's like something
it's
related
for
to
later,
the end of the project. And I found it that. And maybe need to have every element need different levels.
All information.
Window go to is developed to first part of first phase, first stage, or the second stage, or whatever. Something like that.
So basically, in this case, less is more. In this case, less is more. This is interesting approach for the BIM object, because it's true there was, as I said before, a big boom of let's put all the information there, and I was also before preaching that, all the information on the BIM object, you don't need to provide any PDF, any paper. But then I said, hold on, we am working with a with an object from a manufacturer at the beginning of the stage. I don't care about some handling instructions, some installation instruction. I just need 2 or 3 properties to calculate my thermal insulation on the window, or I need to see the material for the reflection of the sun. I don't need anything else. So I don't need to work with an object which size is super big and has all the information there, and EPDs and manufacturer contact information. We don't need all those things. Maybe not at this stage, or maybe never. So what we discussed in the first season of level of details, LOD, and so on, this is right with this, because you provide at each stage the amount of information required for this. You don't need to go all the way until the end.
Oh my God! I hear you, all of you guys, right? And this is something for me. It's the less is more, more is better, whatever. It's just this is not practical. This is really not practical. I really try to look at it from the usability perspective. So you need to have what was that's the same thing which we were having in the IT industry for insourcing, outsourcing, and we found finally the term right sourcing, right? So just it doesn't really matter. It's important that you have the right structure. So less is more. I hear it, but it should be exactly what you need for this particular project,
Yeah.
for this particular building, for this particular construction. If you have the airport and you have this is different. If you have the small house, is different. So yes, and but I will really hesitate a little bit about
No,
this.
yeah,
Anyway.
but hesitation is defining what we're doing here. No, it's just not only for the stage, also for the purpose. Like we don't want to give, not because we are greedy, as a manufacturer or as a provider. We don't want to give things that are not necessary. This is a waste of time for me doing it, for you reading it, for the other one filtering. So it makes the model heavier and heavier. When you receive a PDF of 20 pages, I'm gonna skim the first two. No, you receive one page, you will probably read it all, and all the information will come back. So that's the idea we have behind.
Exactly. No, we agree. That's we agreed. So that's good.
Yeah,
In the 21 minutes of the stream, we agreed once.
we
So
always
that's good.
agree. We always agree. We're like an old marriage, like we discussed, but the idea we are always ours. Great. Let's
So I
jump to
think,
the yep.
yeah.
Let's jump to the last clip. Something you want to say, Peter? Or
No. I think this is important. Let's go into the last one, and we will just talk for a 1 minute. What were the plans for the 2023?
Oh God. Good teaser there.
Yeah.
Good teaser there. Let's take a look about the ideal BIM project. How are the digital twins, what really are for, and how they should be used. Okay, this is something Daniel pictures. You will hear this many times, of course, but it's good to hear from different voices, so you don't think that I am the crazy one. Everyone is thinking pretty much the same. Let's take a look, and then we close the episode.
A 3D a model now, a BIM model in the first phase, and go biggest or adaptive, no?
More detail, evolve,
Different phases.
Mhm.
And when this building, the real building, in the end, is in activity, is started and working and so on, you have a real twin and digital twin. That means the real meaning of digital twin is that this model is a mirror of the reality. And if you have, I don't know, a window broken, in the ideal case, you need to write or to define in this model, hey, this window is broken now, and we need to change it. And that is the idea of being in the end, at the end. It's not just to create a 3D model with a lot of information, nice, and make a cool render and so on, and sell that, and that's it. No,
The process
we
go
need
with the
to.
different levels.
It's like I don't know, and it's part of the building, and at the end, that is the idea of BIM. Today is not developed in this at this as
At this
deeper
level.
as that, at this level. That is something like there are 4 levels in the BIM developed. We are more or less in the second in the industry. That is, so the whole cycle life is the 4th level now, and we are so in the middle now.
50% of implementation in the industry.
Agreed. So agreed. I think that's one of the good comment which you will guys find on the full video as well, which you will see all of the interactions, all of the details. So I think this is more than welcome to you to go to join our YouTube channel and just to check it and go through the whole video. to make sure that you can have the full understanding of the Daniel points and the interactions which we have, because what you have here right now is just a small sample. With the best the what we are thinking is really just the most important from the discussion, but let's just do not hesitate, check it there and just get into it.
Exactly. So just to close this, what Daniel was saying is very important. What I will highlight two words for this this digital twin that he said is a mirror of the reality. Okay, this is important, and this will be like the cherry on top for the implementation of BIM during the process of a project. You have the digital twin, and it should behave exactly, and you should report to the digital twin as it will be your boss to all the different changes and modifications you do on site, because that happens always, that you plan something from the design, you get to the construction site, and they build something completely different because ABCD. So all these ABCD should be reported back to the office and have that digital twin to deliver the as-built models as properly they are. No? So you can monitor and use that data. Otherwise, why do we digitalize if we don't use it?
No, that's great. It's really confirmed that all of the industries are really the same. So is this as well when we do in the IT, you just build a project, sometimes it's completely different what the clients ask for. So it's really interesting. So I think the important part is really just the connection, and we already talked about the communication. Very good. So I think Jose Antonio has another comment which I see on the chats. Do you want to go address it, because it's just the magic for me? The beep beep. It's something. What is the beep beep?
BAP. Jose Antonio mentioned that we should talk also about the BIM execution plan. So BXP or BIM implementation plan is when we are delivering this, we're approaching a company or we're facing a project, we want to use BIM, we need to define the stages and how do we go before. So of course, Jose Antonio is right. Before to teach about BIM and how to use it, we need to talk about the plan, which is pre-stage of how to use it, we define.
Yeah, no, I hear you. However, remember, it's just the plan needs to the basic thing is just the complexity of everything, right? If this is the small company, be extremely simple with the plan and the way how you deliver. Do not overcomplicate it. Do not show that you're just a great consultant, a great BIM person, etc. Be simple what you want to achieve, and do this in the fast cycles. That's really my advice.
I would refer for the previous interview we had with David Delgado, where he was picturing this window with small holes, just throw the good smell, and then people will go and open that full window, right? Like I like that comparison. Like you cannot just go there and then open the window and show everything, because people get overwhelmed. No? It's already, as we said, 3 letters, too complicated. we don't need to go much in details at the beginning for this implementation.
So then you can see it also on our YouTube channel, the different previous videos, and just to get some extracts. Do we have any Black Friday offer? No, we don't. Right?
we don't sell printers or smartphones, so.
Okay, I'm just overwhelmed today with the Black Friday things coming and saying 34. We do not have the Black Friday offers. We're doing very well. No, not this year. Maybe 1 year from now, come back and join us in the end of November 2023.
We'll think about implement BIM 3 times, you get the 4 implementation for free, no? Something like that.
Okay, that's not a bad thing, So it's a long-term contract.
Well, if it's the same company and they need to implement BIM 3 times, it's because you have 3 failures. The 4th one, we guarantee you, we won't charge you for it.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us. This is great, Enrique. Thank you for being with us. Have you realized that this is the 13th episode of the season 2? 13. It's just the Black Friday 13. Let's just hope that everything will go okay till the end of the interview of the streaming. Thank you all of the guys joining, and I see this again on the YouTube and on the LinkedIn. Our people are just there joining. Thank you for this. When you're looking at the replay, and I already said this on the chats, so do not really hesitate just to give us some insights in the chat and ask us directly. So no problem. We will try to address it later on. The schedule for this year, it's already closed, so just we know who will be talking when, etc. So sorry for that. But the next year, the season 3 will be dramatically different, and we will just knock off all of the BIM in. I hope.
We're going to speak 3 more languages. It's going to get over.
Yeah. No. Also, just you can chat with us in Polish, Spanish, French, English. Just go ahead. No worries. We can just handle it. We will need to add German on top of it, but let's try to work on it.
Maybe 4 or 5 years. Okay, thank you so much. It's important. Watch the replays. We know a lot of people watch the replay as well. Leave us your comments afterwards. We are not only replaying on live, and it's important if you think this is what is the better time for you to watch this show. Well, maybe you can think about it for the next season too. So propose new time, new days, and we think through, because we're gonna keep doing it to 2023. So we are there ready for you.
Yeah, no Sundays, guys. No Sundays. No Sundays.
No Sunday, no. Close on Sunday. Well, people,
Thank you very much, guys.
Have a good weekend.
Happy Black Friday, and just enjoy the weekend, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Ciao,
See you
ciao.
next week. Thanks. Bye bye.